you are applying for hundreds of jobs every single day, week, month, and you get zero feedback, then something's definitely wrong. Keep watching and we'll discuss what could be hampering your ability to get a job in cybersecurity. I speak to many people daily, and so often when I share opportunities, jobs, etc., I get the feedback that there is a very negative nuance around beginners finding their way to enter into the industry of cybersecurity, and a lot of the feedback pertains around the fact that I apply for hundreds of jobs a day and I'm not getting any feedback, or I apply for 50 jobs in 1 week and I receive zero feedback. Now, clearly, if this is the case, then there is definitely something that is not right. And it's time to pause and take a step back and really start from the fundamental building blocks. You might have so much knowledge. You might have so many skills. You might have multiple certifications and still be unsuccessful to land that job in cybersecurity if the approach to landing that job is not correct. Today, I want to share with you that cybersecurity, again, this is based on my experience, what I've learned, what I have learned through years of dealing with different professionals in the industry. Cybersecurity is a really trusting field. There is a network of cybersecurity professionals, and that network usually mentor others, they share information, they help other people get into the industry, etc. If that cybersecurity professional has a really good portfolio and really good rapport within their current work environment, then it's even better, because when they recommend someone for a job, that person is usually highly regarded and they would usually be given the opportunity to apply for the job and then to go through the interview process. Now, a lot of the times I do see many people just put together a CV. It's sort of a blanket approach kind of CV, and then distribute that CV or resume to the masses and hope, like sort of cast your nets and hope to catch. But in cybersecurity, this approach really is not one that often succeeds, and it's one that you are really going to face a lot of heartache and frustration and discouragement with, because you might be ready to get that first opportunity, but you are not going about it correctly. Here are a couple of recommendations. As a first step, once you are ready to enter the industry, it's very important that you streamline which roles you want to focus on and go to the level of understanding which type of organizations you want to work at and what kind of job you want to have, because this is going to streamline how you build your personal CV or resume and which roles and which organizations you target. Now, once you've established this, do your research about the companies that you want to work for. Doing research allows you to evaluate which of your character traits and your personality traits and your skill sets meets what this company is looking for within their business and meets the kind of people that they want to employ. If you understand that, then you can make your personal resume so much more relevant and so much more contextual to the jobs that you're targeting and to the organizations that you are targeting. One thing that is often overlooked is that if you apply for the job, it means that you might get an interview and you might get that job, and if you absolutely hate that company or you hate the role, then none of it will be worth it, because cybersecurity in itself already is such a demanding space. You have to love your job. You have to love the company that you are doing it for. Otherwise, you're gonna struggle with a lack of motivation and maybe not build yourself a great reputation to start off with. Next step. Now that you understand where you might want to work, now it's time to tailor your resume. Set your skills up front and focus them for the role that you're applying for, because you might have other skills and it's great to add those other skills there, but be sure not to clutter your resume with too much information, and be sure to make those first few lines the most impactful. Make sure that it is really comprehensive up top, and they can see exactly who you are as a person within the first few seconds of reading your document. Get down to the details and make this personal. If you have the opportunity to apply for a job and you have the option to add a cover letter or to add information about why you're even applying for the role or why you're looking to get the job, you need to take that opportunity. That opportunity is what sets you apart, because you can clearly bring across your message and your passion for the organization and for the role. Now, this doesn't work if you're doing a blanket application, because then you'll have no motivation as to why you want to work for this company. You'll have no motivation as to why you want this role. So it really only works if you are able to streamline this and focus and zone into why I want to work for this company, and have a message as to why you want to work for this company and why you want this role. And if you haven't gathered it already, doing this much work up front makes it really impossible for you to apply for 100 jobs in 1 month, because it would just not be feasible. You want to have your story for each organization that you're targeting and for the role that you are targeting. Once you've applied, it's really important, if there is the option, to reach out to a recruiter or to a hiring manager to ask for more information, to ask for more questions, that you do so. This puts your application at the top of the mailbox of that recruiter or that hiring manager, because now they've got a personal message from you. They've got something that asks a question, and make sure your question is valid. I mean, don't just tell them how much you want the job. They can read that in your application. If you have a question, really reach out to them and ask them the question, and get yourself visible and get yourself noticed. Someone sees that you actually want this job, you're actually reaching out for more information, you actually want to know about this role, etc. Next, if you are in that position, putting out your CV and you are writing a cover letter and you're reaching out to the hiring manager or the recruiter, and you still do not get any feedback, then this is the point at which I would highly recommend that you get in touch with a resume and profile coach or editor, or someone that can help you to review your CV and your resume and your cover letter and your job application methods and your LinkedIn profile, so that that person can help you to get through that first barrier, which is actually landing the message with the potential employer or recruiter that you are someone that they want to see and that they want to interview, because that might be the only gap that is standing between you and getting that interview. I am a bit hesitant in saying all these things, but I will say it as it is, because at the end of the day, the aim here is to help someone that is looking for a job and that is wondering and really in distress because they're just not being called for an interview. They're skilled, they've learned, they've studied, and they're just not getting to that step. That's why it's really important that I share the information as it is. I really also understand the sensitivity around when you are applying and you're just not getting called for that job. I understand that it goes with a lot of frustration, a lot of emotions, and a lot of negativity. So I really am so empathetic to everyone that's struggling in this challenge. But I also want to say that you will get there. It takes a bit of work. It takes a bit of ironing out where that problem could be with your profile, and then just those initial steps can really help you to get over the line in the long run. Then finally, network. If you are connected with people on LinkedIn and they work at the organization that you want to work at and they are in cybersecurity, then definitely reach out to them. So many cybersecurity professionals are open to helping other professionals and newbies to get into the industry. Reach out to those people and tell them that you have found this opportunity. This is your documentation. You have applied for this job. Tell them why you want this job and ask them if they would do a referral for you. Referrals almost always guarantee that interview, and then it is time for you to showcase your skills, because now you've moved past the barrier where your document can't get you there, but someone has recommended you and now you are able to get there. Don't let the negativity overpower this job search. There is so much talk about energy and the impact that your energy and the right energy can have in you executing a certain task or meeting a certain goal. And really just take the words of encouragement from me today that a lot of people have struggled to get into this industry. A lot of people have started somewhere, and you will start somewhere. You might be struggling today, but you will start somewhere. It's all about looking at the holistic process, looking at the picture end to end, and then doing what is necessary from a documentation perspective in order to correctly apply for those jobs and get your name out there to recruiters, other cybersecurity professionals, hiring managers, and especially for the organization where you want to work. And friends, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching this. I really hope this one helps many people out. This is a topic that is really close to my heart, because I know that so many of you are struggling in this job searching phase and in getting that first breakthrough opportunity. So if you did enjoy this video, definitely do click that subscribe button and like the video. Catch you next time. Bye.